Hi, today is June 25th, 2023. It's my Impossible Burger t-shirt. This is a bottle of ketchup. And here are my poems for the day. The first one is poem number 1023 for the year, Shapes. From where I sat on the bench, I saw shapes behind the fence, but could not tell what they were. I zoomed in and took the shot, then zoomed in on the photograph. I saw robed figures huddled and seated behind a mountain, but of course that is only what I saw in the shapes, and because I didn't get off my ass and walk over and look, I have no idea what those shapes actually were. Poem number 1024, Impermanence. First it does, and then it doesn't. First it was, and then it wasn't. First it did, and then it didn't. It is always changing, isn't it? Poem number 1025, Playing It Safe. He knew what he didn't want, but he wasn't about to take a chance and say no to something that might possibly be what he wanted, even if it meant that he would end up with a lot of stuff that he didn't want. So he said yes to a lot of things he thought he probably didn't want and ended up with a lot of things he didn't want, and eventually he thought he might be better off if he stopped playing it safe. Poem number 1026, To Stop Wanting. They wanted to want what they had, but more importantly, they wanted to not want what they didn't have. But what they really needed was to stop wanting to want what they had, and to stop wanting to not want what they didn't have. Poem number 1027, The Introduction. She grabbed the hammer and took the dirt road down to the abandoned cottage of brick. She introduced the hammer to the brick, then took the hammer to the brick repeatedly as the brick and the hammer got to know each other. She chipped off bits of brick until the walls fell, and her screams grew louder and louder. By the time the cottage was gone, the hammer and the brick had become intimate friends, and were very grateful to the sobbing, shell-shocked woman for the introduction. Poem number 1028, No Illusions. I've seen Strike and Battleship Potemkin, and I know how exciting the idea of revolution can be, but I've also read Animal Farm. So when you tell me a Russian warlord is coming to bring down a tyrant, and then you tell me that the warlord has failed, and then you tell me that the leader is weakened, and then you tell me the leader may soon have to go, I may not find it difficult to believe you, but I have no illusions as to what might come next. And the last poem of the day is poem number 1029, Pride. He didn't mean to pry, but he pried. She didn't want to try, but she tried. He didn't mean to lie, but he lied. They sure made sure to march, 'cause it was pride. That's it. Thank you. I appreciate you. I do. Thanks. Happy Pride.